Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 10. Module 10 is the rough draft module for your research essay. So you just have the one assignment in this module, and that is to write a rough draft of your research essay. And so there are some readings and resources in here just to help you out. But the main thing that you're doing is just thinking about what did you do in your outline. Look back at the feedback on your outline, and then how can you take that outline and start to really develop it into a full draft. So I've got lots of resources in here from the textbook as well as some videos just to kind of think about how to put together research. Probably the hardest part of dealing with research is what's called synthesis, and that is combining ideas from different sources. So taking your sources and thinking about how do they work together, how can I combine them together in a paragraph so that I can show my reader that I have read multiple sources, I've understood multiple sources, and that I'm really trying to see how does this research fit together. And so this is a challenging part of writing a research paper, and that is one of the kind of criteria is a criteria for the essay, but it's one of the core outcomes for the class, because this is something that we just do in college, right? So this is an essential part of being able to understand how things work together and helping you obviously beyond this class and getting ready for your upper level classes that'll be dealing with research in your field. So that's just something to think about. The assignment itself is just to write a draft. I want at least 5 pages of your research essay. Final draft is 7 pages, so anywhere between 5 and 7 pages is fine. You can skip sections if you need to. Just make sure that you tell me where you are skipping sections. And then, if you plan on expanding on something later, you can always put that in there. Little notes to me is fine. Full 5 pages of text. Preferably including like starting at the beginning with the introduction, that kind of thing. Now, some students kind of skip over the introduction because their thesis is not quite set yet, and so just make sure that you tell me if you're not including the introduction. And then body paragraphs expanding on the thesis, lots of examples and details. You need to be using sources at this point. Do not write 5 pages of your essay with no sources in it because it is a research paper. Your sources need to start being put in there as you're writing. So I do have some students who they wait till the whole thing's done, and then they go back in and try to figure out where they use sources. That is a really terrible way to write a research essay, and what's going to happen is you're going to end up plagiarizing or something. There's going to be some major issue. It'll take a lot longer to fix. So make sure that you are including sources as you write. Do not use AI for this assignment. You should not be you can use AI to help if you're struggling to word something specific, specific sentence or maybe your thesis, but do not use AI for this entire assignment. You will have points taken off for that. And then if you're a multiple offender, you will just get a 0 for it. Just keep in mind that this assignment is expected to be rough. And it should be a rough draft. So I want you to really be like just trying to get stuff in there. I'm not grading you on spelling and grammar. I'm just seeing, did you get 5 pages of your essay written? If it's a mess, that's fine. We can work with a mess. But I want you to get at least 5 pages written. And so just keep in mind criteria of the assignment. You need to focus on your single research topic. You need to have some kind of focus to your research essay. So there's some kind of persuasion or point that you're trying to assert throughout the essay. If not actually doing an argument, that's fine too. And then you're focusing on sources. How many sources can you fit in here? You have at least 12 to work with right now. You can find more if you need to, but I want to see what you can do with all of this information. So that's the rough draft you're going to submit here. I will leave you feedback then as quickly as I can. and because I try to prioritize these types of assignments before grading like essays that have been turned in a little while ago. So I'll try to leave you feedback, and that feedback you can use as we go forward. The other thing is this assignment, this rough draft, you are also going to submit in the next unit. So in our next module, we're doing a peer edit. It will be our one peer edit for the class. You have to have this draft ready to submit to that assignment on time, or you will not be able to participate in the peer edit. So just keep that in mind. This is a really important assignment to get done on time. If you have questions, send me an email. If you've watched this video all the way through, I will give you extra credit. Just send me an email and tell me you watched the video, and I'll give you some extra credit. And thank you for watching these videos. And have a great week.